Have you ever gone back to a classic game, decided to buy it on your favorite gaming platform, and then discover the developers are still charging a third of the original price today? But wait, there's more. You can't even access half the game's content. This is so frustrating, right? Well, today we're diving into a Steam review that sums
Hello
up
there.
this exact situation, and we're going to explore what we as a community can do about it. Join me. Alright, so not a horror game today. And I know I didn't know it's Call of Duty. I'm sorry. I dabble back in this franchise because, well, I decided to punish myself.
You what?
Play these games for the last 20 years. But anyway, today we have a review coming in from Joe. 268 people found this review helpful. 12 people found this review funny. Not recommended, 0 hours in the last 2 weeks, 21.0 hours on record. Posted 21 February 2025 at 9:03 a.m. He then wrote, "As much as I love this game in particular, I do not recommend buying it under the greedy corporations holding this beloved IP. I still remember when I bought it for like under $5 in your typical Steam sale from not too long ago before I noticed it. They had the audacity to jack up their prices to what you see now. $20 for a 16-year-old game? What a shameless desecration. World at War is not only affected, they're doing this for their older titles too. In conclusion, don't buy it. Get it by other means, but certainly do not feed on these soulless husks of an industry. You deserve better than this." Oh my god. Alright, now we're going to talk about the backstory for World at War. The game is set during the final years of World War II, immersing players in some of the most intense and brutal battles of the conflict. The game follows two main storylines, one from the perspective of the US Marines fighting against the Japanese Empire in the Pacific, and the others from the viewpoint of the Soviet advancing through the Eastern Europe towards Berlin. Players experience historic battles such as the assault on Peleliu, the fight for Okinawa, and the Soviet storming Berlin. This game is known for its gritty realism, graphic depiction of warfare, and the introduction of the now iconic Zombies mode. World at War's narrative highlights the horrors and the heroism of the soldiers on both fronts, emphasizing the camaraderie, sacrifice, and the relentless struggle to achieve victory in a world at war. Alright, so let's break down a few key points from this review. These are talking points that really stood out to me, and I want to address them in this video. Okay, point number one for like the fourth time. He starts his review by saying he loves the game, which, honestly, I really appreciate. Right away, he makes it clear that his criticism isn't necessarily about disliking the game itself, or at least not yet. That kind of honesty sets the tone. This isn't just a rant, but a critique about something bigger. He then goes on to say he doesn't recommend buying the game from the greedy corporations. Now, I have to agree. Earlier, I showed two other games still being sold at high prices. Black Ops 3, for example, has been out for about 11 years and is still at full price. This really adds weight to Mr. Joe's case. Where now, you may ask, where does the greedy part come in? Well, for comparison, a quick Google's search shows The Witcher 3, released the same year as Black Ops 3, is now just $7.99. Now, to be fair, it is on sale. It is originally priced at $39.99. But considering The Witcher 3 is overwhelmingly positively rated, you'd expect it to hold its value. But even then, it's about $15-20 cheaper than Black Ops 3, which is only rated very positive and is still at full price. Now, I will say after recording this, I double checked and I saw that the current version of Black Ops 3 for sale on Steam includes the Zombies Chronicles content, which originally costed $30 when released. Now, even if you adjust for that, and let's say it's about $15 now, this game is still arguably overpriced. Now, I still know...
What?
I know that these games aren't the main topic here, but I wanted to use them as examples to back up the claim about corporate greed. Especially since the same company made World at War and Black Ops 3. This really supports Mr. Joe's point. Whew, that was a long one.
That's what she said.
Okay, point number two. He mentions that he bought the game for around $5. but he can't quite remember exactly when, and that's fine. But if that's the case, it shows they're able and willing to slash the price by 75% during those quick sales, just to boost purchases. But then, outside those sales, the game shoots back up $20 where it is today. That just adds to Mr. Joe's earlier point. These pricing tactics feel shady and they're manipulative. Really just supporting Mr. Joe's point again. Alright, so that brings us to point number 3, and this one had me laughing. $20 for a game that's now 16, or now 17 years old at the time of making this video, is a shameless desecration. And honestly, you can feel his emphasis through the screen. He also points out that this isn't just happening with one title, but with the other titles too, which we've already talked about. So no need to repeat that. But he's right. By keeping these old games at full price or at higher price, they're not just hurting the value of the games, but also their own branding and IP. And honestly, it's just sad to see. So point number 4, the reviewer even suggests getting the game by other means. Now, legally I can't condone that, but I have to admit, it's kind of funny, and honestly, I get where he's coming from. Now, as much as I pick on Activision, they're not the only company doing this. I'm looking right at you, Rockstar. You all know what you're doing to GTA 5. But anyway, still, it hits even harder when it's happening to one of the biggest franchises in gaming history, one that's been running, I won't say strong, but it has been running for more than 20 years now. Alright, so in closing, we can all agree with Mr. Joe and his accurately placed frustration in this game review. We've all seen the negatives when game developers keep milking the cash cow. And again, I'm looking at you, Rockstar. What do you guys think? Was he too harsh on the game, or really, was he too harsh on Activision? Or was it spot on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, so for the few of you that have started watching my videos now, I started a segment called Add to the List, where I'm adding new games that I intend to play based off your Steam reviews. Well, I can tell you, if I had not already known what this game was, I would not have added it to the list based off of this review. But since I do, it technically would get added. And that brings us to the end of the video. I wanted to thank you all for watching and hope you all have a great day. So point number 4, the reviewer even suggests, oh my gosh, I cannot say this to save my life. So point number 4, the reviewer even